Welcome back. We are starting another art video. So this week we are talking about pop art. So hopefully you did watch the video before this that talked about what pop art is and some of our famous pop artists like Andy Warhol and Lichtenstein. So those are some really good examples that you can look back at if you have or if you're looking for some ideas for something in our project that we are about to start. So what you are going to be doing first is folding your paper. Now if you want your paper to be hot dog or hamburger, honestly in this one it is your choice. So you can do whatever you would like for this one. So either way you're going to need to fold your paper in half. Make sure you line it up pretty nicely. Just do your best. And then we're gonna fold that part in half again. Our goal is to have a piece of paper that has 4 rectangles or squares to look at. So unfold it, and now we have those 4 rectangles. We are going to be tracing this line as well, but you don't have to do that yet. So we are going to be making our own version of pop art, and pop art is typically simple things that are repeating. So yes, you will have to draw something 4 times. You'll need to draw it in each of our rectangles here. So you can pick something that is simple. I would suggest that you pick a piece of fruit. So you could pick your favorite type of fruit. I am going to have a picture in the Schoology assignment that should help you if you need any examples for fruit. I have already done one of mine. I have this finished for how far we're going this week. We're gonna color it next week, and I'll have a new video then, so do not color this because you don't know how we're coloring it yet. So all we're doing this week is drawing it and then tracing our lines. So I picked an apple here. You could do an orange, a lemon, a lime, a banana, grapes. Make sure it's nothing that's just a circle. So if you're gonna do an orange, I do wanna see kind of the stem and a leaf at least. So no just circles. This is for my bigger kids, so I know that you can do a little bit better than that. So what I'm gonna do on this one is a strawberry. So I'm gonna go ahead and draw, I don't know, I guess it's kind of a curvy triangle. Remember, always press lightly so we can erase. Nobody's perfect. That's why pencils have erasers. So when you are drawing this, you need to make it kind of big, but it doesn't need to take up the whole area. So now we have the top of our strawberry, and I'm going to draw some triangles on the top of it for the stem and the leaves, and then maybe some little ovals. All right, and go on to the next one, and again we're just drawing the same thing. So I'm going to lightly draw that triangle shape. This, ooh, that's a little too wide. So remember, mistakes are fine. Just take your time. So here I'm just doing a zigzag line that goes around. I wonder if I'll put a little, no, it looks more like an apple. That's how I drew my apple, so I was wondering if that would make it look good. I don't know. It's good enough. Remember, with pop art, it can be more simple, so it doesn't have to be a super complicated thing. But I am gonna fix this because that's bugging me. Oh, you're gonna see how much of a perfectionist Miss Mobley is when it comes to making examples. Maybe I shouldn't have picked strawberry, huh? I don't seem to be drawing them that great, but again, It's fine. Just do your best. You might see that your drawings get better and better as you go, because as you practice drawing something, it will get better. All right. I think the apple is possibly easier. Actually, I know the apple is easier. I drew it very quickly. But this will work. All right, now we have our strawberries, and we are going to add some designs in the background. So you need to try to think of some different types of line. You could use just diagonal lines. You could use curving lines. You could use, like they showed in the video about pop art, I can't talk. You use pop art a lot in comic books because it makes it pop. So you would see things like kabam, boom, pow, things like that with these big diagonal like emphasis lines that make it stand out and pop. So you could use lines like that. You could use some like lightning bolt lines. You could use some repeating circles like they talked about in the video as well. So it is up to you. I'm going to try diagonal lines going the other direction this time. I like to draw it with pencil first just to be sure I don't make any mistakes, but we will be tracing over this with marker. So now I've got my diagonals. Now we could do some like kapow, pop, bam, boom kind of diagonals. All right, and I guess I'll just do the same that I did on the other one. We could do swirls. I wonder what that would look like. Let's do a swirl. Starting here. I kind of like that. That's cool. And what else? Maybe horizontal lines. Let's just do horizontal lines. You do not have to use a ruler for this, but if it bugs you, if your lines are not super duper straight, you are welcome to use one, but it is not required. All right. Now what we're going to do, we have our drawing pretty much done. You will need to trace this with marker. So it is up to you. If your parents, if you have a Sharpie marker, you could use a Sharpie, or you can use just a regular Crayola black marker. Just make sure that you're being careful because with this one, the tip is a little bit wider. So always remember as well to snap that lid back on or your markers are not going to last very long. And now all we are going to do is trace over all of our lines. You're going to trace everything in your drawing as carefully as you can. And we will be coloring this next week. Remember, do not color this week because we're going to be coloring this a special way. one of the other things you'll need to do is, you could probably even start with this. Get your line in the middle. If you're not sure, use your pencil, but I'm just going to go ahead and pull a line all the way across, and then up the middle. So you have your lines separating your rectangles as well. So I will have a new video for you for next week showing you how to color this, because like I said, we're going to be coloring it with a certain type of color scheme. And if you don't remember color schemes, then you're gonna learn about that again next week. I think I'm gonna go ahead and stop here. The last thing I want to remind you guys when you are doing this, so if you look over here at my finished version, my apples look way better. You might want to use your eraser at the end once you have finished tracing over all of your lines, because sometimes I don't quite hit the line. Sometimes I like to make a better line even than what my drawing looked like. So that's fine, but please remember to erase it, because once we color this, you are not going to be able to erase those lines anymore, because it's going to be covered in either marker or crayon or colored pencil, and the eraser isn't going to work that well at that point because it's got a barrier. It's like a force field that the color creates. So if you don't want those mistakes showing, erase first. Erase before you color. So take your time to make it look all nice and beautiful. You are going to take a picture of this, just black and white, and put it on Schoology. Please remember that I need you posting your picture on Schoology. I'm having a lot of students and parents that are sending emails and Class Dojo pictures. So if you need help learning how to put it on Schoology, I have that red resources folder that has videos for how to use either the Google Chromebook, the iPads, or even your own smartphone with the Schoology app or the Schoology in a browser tab. You just have to go and sign in and then just take a picture with your phone, with your phone's camera. So I do need you posting these in Schoology, or you're probably not going to be able to get a grade, because remember guys, I see all of you, so that's about 600 some kids that are submitting stuff per week. So I do need you taking your pictures and putting it in Schoology for me to see, so I can easily grade it and keep track of all of those grades. So take a picture of it this week, just black and white, send it to me in Schoology, and then next week we will be coloring it, and you'll take a picture of it again once we're finished with coloring it. So I hope you guys liked this video. I kept this one a bit shorter than usual. Make sure that you have watched both of the videos, and I will have pictures of our examples and those fruits for you to look at. Can't wait to see your beautiful pop art. Bye guys.